Two changes from the Falkirk game. Keeper Janos Balog is ill, so Jamie McDonald comes in for a rare appearance. Strangely, his last 3 games have all been against Rangers. Laryea Kingston returns after 6 games out injured, so Egert Jonsson drops to a bench that also includes fit again Davidas Chesnauskis and Jamie Mole, who's overcome a bruised foot. Bruno Aguiar is joint top scorer this season, which is 3 goals, along with Michael Stewart, who is suspended for this one.
The Hearts play a 4-1-4-1. It's good to see Robbie Nielsen back amongst things. His influence has been missed. Karipidis will have the responsibility of mopping up in that midfield area. And for Kingston Driver, it's totally different. They're massive for the home side down the flanks. The ability to make things happen can certainly open up the opposition. Aguiar, he's also a huge player for them. He's been impressive since returning from injury in a more advanced role than he normally takes up. And Nadi spearheads things up front on his own.
Rangers were held to draws recently by Dundee United and Motherwell, but they can't afford draws at the moment. They have to keep winning because Celtic have kept winning. Rangers were on the end of a remarkable 4-2 beating here early last season. But as much as the Hearts fans enjoyed that particular day, their team haven't troubled Rangers too much since. Rangers have won the last 4 meetings between the teams, including a 4-0 triumph on their last visit in February.
And I think Rangers will know they'll be put under a little bit more pressure today, certainly with the momentum that Hearts have managed to build up. I think that you have to say though that Rangers have got the best defence in Scotland at the moment, so they're definitely able to cope with it. And Hearts, I think it's vital for them as the home side. They come out with high tempo. They've got to get in Rangers' faces. You can see the fans are up for it today, and they've got to be aggressive, certainly for the first 20-25 minutes. We'll wait and see.
Well, it's usually action-packed and incident-packed when the old firm come to Tynecastle, although when Celtic came here a month ago, it was a dreadful non-event. Hearts never got going that day. Are they saving themselves for Rangers? Surprisingly, Tynecastle isn't one of Chris Boyd's favourite grounds. He's only scored once here, and that was in his Kilmarnock days. Jean-Claude Darcheville has scored more goals on this ground than Boyd, a double on Rangers' last visit in that 4-0 romp last season. Bruno Aguiar has been a delight to watch since returning from an 18-month layoff. His contract's up at the end of the season. Hearts need his sort to stay. Jamie McDonald called upon because Janos Balog has a fever. He played against Rangers at Ibrox in August as well, and also against them in the Scottish Cup final last season whilst on loan at Queen of the South. In fact, he only seems to play against Rangers. Dougie McDonald was in charge of an under-19 international last week, where as an experiment, as well as 2 linesmen, he had 2 assistants behind each goal. They might have come in handy for a Hearts-Rangers game. There might be a slight delay because those streamers are all around the goal mouth, and they're taking some clearing.
That is the thing about this stadium. It's the thing that makes the players happy to come here and play, because the atmosphere is so good. The fans are that close to it all.
Sardar Laszlo, the 8th manager of the Romanov reign. He's got a 3-year contract. Good luck. Some stability most definitely needed at this club.
Well, we know that he likes to talk football, Chava. He knows that, he said to me before the match, it's going to be a tough one.
It's a tough one for Rangers too. There's little margin for error in a title race, and they'll be expecting Celtic to see off Inverness later, albeit at a rather flat Celtic Park, possibly. Celtic have set a blistering pace with 11 wins in a row. Rangers desperately trying to keep up with their old firm rivals and just about hanging in there. 4 points behind, but they won't want that gap to widen. These streamers have been cleared, Dougie McDonald is about to blow his whistle. With its imposing atmosphere, Tynecastle is certainly a tricky venue to visit, but Rangers have only lost twice in their last 18 trips here, so it's hardly a fixture to fear, but it's certainly one to respect. They know they could be pushed to the limit by Hearts. Hearts' 8 wins this season have all come against teams currently in the bottom half of the table. It's time to mix it with the big boys.
You're absolutely right, Ian. It's time for Hearts to prove themselves. Although it has to be said, they may not have to beat either side of the Old Firm to get that third spot that they're looking for. They'd certainly like to do so.
Pedro Mendes. Driver's going to be onto that. Nade close by. Driver with a rather tame effort in the opening seconds.
That's good though, he's showing his intent straight away, coming in off that left-hand side. Driver in a rich vein of form at the moment. It's going to be a big player for them today.
Scored a wonder goal last week here against Falkirk and opened the scoring when Hearts beat Rangers 4-2 here early last season. Ferguson, Mendes, D'Archeville, Broadfoot, Bugera back in the team after a 2-match absence. Lee McCulloch stood in. McCulloch on the bench today. David Weir facing one of his former clubs. Bugera. Aimed towards Boyd. Mendes. Charlie Adam challenging with Nielsen. Hooked away by Zaliukas. Mendes presented it to Kingston. Driver had already started going some. Broadfoot's cross towards Boyd. Will be collected by Jamie McDonald.
Yeah, it's just a misunderstanding between Wallace and Driver there. Gave the ball away to Broadfoot.
Karipidis now for Palazuelos. Driver. Karipidis, who has enjoyed his new role as a holding midfielder this season. Christian Nade jostling with Stephen Whittaker. Whittaker continuing at left back, although Sasa Papac is almost ready to return and probably will next week.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Walter Smith has tried far more to have that continuity in the side this season. That's been highlighted by the fact that the likes of Kirk Broadfoot's played every single match. Like I said, that wouldn't have happened before, but give Kirk Broadfoot his due. He's played very, very well there at right back.
And Hearts have been much more consistent in their team selection too, mind you. It'd be difficult not to be.
Well, that's right, and it's helped them too. More consistency in team selection, more consistency in performances. They just lack still that cutting edge. They don't have strikers that score a lot of goals. They've got a couple of midfield players that have contributed, but they need more than that.
Driver. This is Aguiar and Kingston and Palazuelos have got themselves in there. It's veered away from the Spaniard. Palazuelos returns it. Ineffective from David Weir. Won't come down for Driver. It might now. Nielsen trying to have a go. Hearts look like they're in the mood today. Well, they weren't, particularly when Celtic came here 4 weeks ago. Easily turned over that day, and keen to make sure that the same doesn't happen today.
Yeah, it's quite a nice balance they've got in that central midfield area. Wallace and Karipidis, both quite comfortable on the ball, even though Karipidis has played full back and centre half. Just gives them a little bit of solidity in that central area.
Weir. It's bounced away from Kyle Lafferty. Getting another run out on the right.
Yeah, the Rangers fans are looking for bigger things from Lafferty. Wants to try and get himself into matches more, influence things a little bit more.
Zaliukas. Free kick given against Driver.
I was interested to listen to the guys in the studio before the match talking about Kingston out on the right-hand side. It's going to be important for the home side to get him involved. You see, Aguiar's more or less playing in a position that I would imagine that Kingston would like to play in. And Aguiar has played well since coming back from injury.
And Kingston has taken a sore one from Charlie Adam, and that will be a worry for Hearts with less than 6 minutes on the clock.
I think it's just a knock and he'll be okay. Just a little bit of a worry. Yeah, he just gets stood on a little bit there, his ankle. He is just coming back from a thigh problem. It's Charlie Adam that just caught him.
Yes, a right old ankle scraper, that one. Kingston's all right though. Hearts have won their last 4 games, their best winning streak since the heady days of 2005 when George Birdie won his first 8 games.
Yeah, but it hasn't exactly been the same kind of football, not quite as fluid. They have managed to just grind out results, Hearts, but winning 1-0 is also a very good attribute to have.
Dougie McDonald issuing a stern warning to Kyle Lafferty. Yes, 3 of those 4 wins for Hearts by a 1-0 scoreline. And they were as brutal as they looked. Driver. Stopped by Mendes. Boyd. Zaliukas. I think that might be a free kick.
Yeah, just about. Mendes getting stuck in. Aguiar, nice little turn there.
Take this. Christos Karipidis and Marius Zaliukas amongst those lurking, and Karipidis there too! And the whistle has gone for a free kick.
That was a lovely ball then, wasn't it? Aguiar just floated towards the back stick area, quite deep. Karipidis get on the end of it. A little tussle there with Bougherra holding his shirt, I think. Driver almost got on the end of it as well. Just shows how highly they rate Aguiar, that he's the man that takes the dead ball situations and not Kingston, because we know they can both do it.
Kingston onto that and a high boot from Mendes. Lee Wallace, who's come on leaps and bounds this season. Whittaker. And Nielsen has won it back from Adam. Kingston the beneficiary. Turned away by Weir, but only to Wallace. Took a while for the ball to come down. Lee Wallace gets a throw. Ferguson calmly feeding it back to McGregor, who wastes no time. Trying to pick out Charlie Adam, who's clipped Robbie Mills.
Yeah, it's just what we expected, Tynecastle so far. Hearts coming out strong, not exactly all guns blazing, but certainly up tempo. And Rangers just bedding themselves in.
Aguiar with another free kick. And Karipidis almost meeting it again. A lively opening 10 minutes. Aguiar. Corner.
Well, it's okay for Hearts to have this possession. Be around the box, defended by Rangers, but they really have to try and bring McGregor into things a little bit and make this period of possession pay.
Zaliukas giving Broadfoot plenty to think about, and Dougie McDonald is going to move into this crowd scene. That's that near post. Let's look how many are covering that area at the moment. Aguiar floats it in onto the roof of the net.
You can see there's no zonal defending there from Rangers. Man up against man, wasn't the best of balls in though. A bit of a waste really, as the manager looks on.
He's an interesting character, Laszlo. Lunging in on Zaliukas, and Dougie McDonald's having to keep a watchful eye on proceedings, because there have been a few like that.
Well, he's already spoken to Whittaker for a bit of verbal, and that is pretty dangerous stuff really. You can see by the way that Whittaker just ran right back into his left back area. It was an outstretched boot. He didn't really catch Zaliukas, but there's a bit of intent there.
It was a dangerous lunge from Whittaker, who was already being jeered for being a former Hibs player, and will now get even more stick from the home fans for that. Palazuelos, Karipidis for Wallace. Robbie Nilsson, good to see him back in action after the long layoff.
Well, you can see already that Christian Nadi up there on his own, the type of delivery into him has to be of a high level. Can't be in the air, it has to be at his chest or at his feet and give him a chance of holding things up.
Bugera up towards Boyd. Dashville, handball, Robbie Nilsson. It's a free kick in a terrific position for Rangers.
Yeah, it's a very good position. I don't know if Nilsson knows much about this. No, I don't think so. I don't think he can believe it, but certainly is a chance now for Rangers. It's more ball to hand than anything else.
And it's a bit harsh on Robbie Nilsson, that, and the free kick. Jamie McDonald was beaten by Chris Boyd earlier this season, and a couple of times in the Scottish Cup final, including on a free kick.
Well, you wouldn't be surprised, Ian. It's hardly touched the ball in the first 13-14 minutes. Well, that makes no difference to him.
McDonald was on loan at Queen of the South last season, hence played in the cup final. Boyd has the keeper in his sights again, but it's way off target this time. Much to McDonald's relief, no doubt.
I'll watch this. It's good closing down here from Aguiar and Driver, ready to throw their bodies in front of it, and they'll have to do that today, both from midfield and at the back. Walter Smith, track side, not in the stand.
As if Rangers fail to win here, it would certainly give Celtic a huge lift as they prepare to face Inverness Cali Thistle in Glasgow later. Wallace. Away by Weir. He's got a free kick anyway for a high challenge from Christian Nade.
Well, I think the Rangers are quite comfortable, really. McGregor hasn't been troubled. Yes, Hearts have had the majority of possession in the first 15 minutes, but pretty sure Walter Smith at trackside will be quite happy knowing that that was going to be the case anyway.
Adam. Weir. Boyd. Broadfoot. Lafferty in the middle. Boyd not giving it up just yet. Ferguson!
It's a lovely ball in from Broadfoot. Lafferty centrally using his height, and the ball gets played back out, and the captain doesn't get a hold of that one at all, but again he was closed down very quickly.
Harry Ferguson made his Rangers debut on this ground 11 years ago, just after Rangers had clinched 9 in a row. Lafferty. Hacked away by Nielsen. Aguiar for Kingston. Two easy on the eye players. Palazuelos. Berra. Up to Nade. And Christian Nade stumbling a little. Complaining to Dougie McDonald. Rangers get on with it meantime.
Well, it's important that Nade, well, that was a bad ball again up to him. He has to be stronger and stay higher up the park and give himself as much room as possible to come towards the ball. The quicker he does that, the tighter things get.
Bugiera. Mendes. Christian Nade seems okay now. Wants a bit of strapping from the bench though, apparently. Somebody's gone off to get that. Broadfoot stops it reaching Driver. Good idea. Darshville. Kingston's challenge. Charlie Adam though, and Kingston in the way of that.
That's good play from Kingston. We know he can be very comfortable in possession and open teams up, but he has to work hard as well, and he's doing that so far.
It's asking a lot of Kurt Broadfoot. It's a change of boots for Christian Nade.
Looks like he may have just torn the last boot, or maybe the lace. Certainly a complete change there.
Could do with some goal-scoring boots. Only the one so far this season.
Absolutely.
Free kick for Aguiar.
Bugiera's just caught out here. It wasn't what Aguiar was looking to do. He was hoping to keep tight possession, but it was a nice touch that took him past Bugiera. He'll take all he can get. Certainly in this area, he can now send one in.
Zaliukas and Vera will join Karipidis in there. Nade absent. Aguiar floated in. It's a fine save, but it's been put in. Hearts have the lead, and it's Zaliukas who pounces. It didn't matter that Nade wasn't there. They scored anyway after McGregor stopped it initially.
Well, this has been the key thing for Hearts so far this season. Players scoring from midfield and now also central defence, but it's all about the ball, and look at it, perfect, begging to be headed towards goal. It was dealt with first time by McGregor. It's not a bad save, but it comes back into such a dangerous area. Better on the end of things, and Bugera trying to stop it. He couldn't know, because look how many Hearts players are on top of things. Kingston's in there, and the ball just comes back to Zaliukas. The easiest goal he'll score all season, 1-0 Hearts.
Zaliukas sent off against Celtic here a month ago, enjoying better fortune against the other half of the old firm. Hearts have looked a very different side today than they were against Celtic. They have a goal to show for it. Karipidis has released Driver. And Driver will hold it up. And he seems to be heading nowhere though. Oh, he's got a free kick. He was heading nowhere.
Well, he got a free kick out of it, but he had a ball on to Nade much earlier. But I'm sure we'll accept this, Hearts having just scored.
I think Kyle Lafferty or Bugera going to get a card here. Lafferty has had a bit too much to say. I wonder if it might be him. Oh no, it could be Bugera.
Yes, Bugera against the card. But this is not a good area from a Rangers point of view. Let's see what happens here. Driver, he's just pressurised really by the two. Not too much in it, but that's for that. That's what it's for. And the referee caught it. And now they've got to face, once again, Aguiar.
Rangers on the rack, a goal down, and here comes Aguiar's free kick. It's not back in again for Kingston! It's 2-0! Laryea Kingston! Beyond their wildest dreams! 2 quick goals for Hearts! An absolute nightmare for Rangers!
Well, listen, that's exactly why Aguiar is on the free kicks and not the man who scored the goal. A great ball in. Christos Karipidis so well ahead of back. Rangers all at sea. Really bad defending here. Bugera gets caught underneath it. Kingston on hand yet again for another easy finish. But Bugera doesn't deal with it. McGregor gets a very slight hand to it. Adam hasn't tucked in. It's all wrong for Rangers and all right for Csaba László.
Well, Christos Karipidis' headers certainly set up a couple of scrambles. And how Hearts pounced. Zaliukas first time, Kingston second time, and Rangers need a huge response to this scoreline. And a booking for Bugera amid the problems for Rangers.
Well, he's just booked, and then of course he got caught against Vera, but that is the player who's made it 2-0. He started the game well. Of course, the Rangers manager, having managed to get through the first 15 minutes without any real problem, has found himself in the next 8 minutes with a serious one. Nade back on.
2 minutes and 36 seconds between the 2 goals. And Csaba László's side have stunned Rangers. Hearts are relishing this, and Celtic will be pretty pleased too.
Well, it's quite evident that neither Barry Ferguson or Pedro Mendes have really touched the ball yet. Everything's bypassed them. Certainly the Rangers strikers haven't had a look in.
Charlie Adam sends that in though, and Bergera closely watched by Berra. Broadfoot's long throw. Lafferty closely guarded. Palazuelos, or Aguiar rather, trying to force it clear. Bergera. Broadfoot. Free kick for Broadfoot. A little nudge from Wallace.
We've got a couple of classic deliveries from Aguiar. Can Charlie Adam send one in on top of McDonald?
Dougie McDonald's not happy with it. Things in the box. He's got plenty to keep his eye on.
Well, it's going to be exactly the same shape of ball that led to Hearts' first goal from Charlie Adam. It's all about how well the Hearts defence can deal with it.
Charlie Adam ordered back a yard. Second try. Oh, it comes off. Oh, it's gone in. A bizarre goal. Rangers respond straight away, and they really needed that.
We did. I've just said it, haven't I? How well can Hearts deal with the ball coming in? And the answer, they just didn't. It's a lovely ball in. I think it's Karipidis who gets on the end of it, under pressure from Boyd. But I tell you what, that's very, very poor. Certainly have let Rangers back in it.
Well, goals, goals, goals at Tynecastle. So it may well go down as an own goal for Christos Karipidis.
Yeah, again, it is about delivery, and it was quality from Charlie Adam. It's a dangerous area. It's going in on top of McDonald, and you can see there. Well, I think that's Karipidis that gets the head onto it. And you see that he chased it back in, but virtually impossible at that point to keep it out. He's going back towards his own goal. Boyd puts him under pressure. McDonald, of course, wrong-footed. I don't know what he's doing towards the right-hand side. Certainly nowhere near it.
Some game. Rangers right back in it after those two quick goals. The Hearts floored them. Lively, very lively. Christian Nardi looking to reach his own header. It's turned out by Bergera.
None of the goals Ian have had to be worked very hard for. Defence is not dealing with it.
Palazuelos. Nilsson. No foul by Charlie Adam. Nilsson rode that challenge. There's lots happening out there. Bergera. It's met by Zaliukas, who started this scoring spree, and now Kingston is hurt again.
Once again, it's Charlie Adam who catches Kingston, this time a high foot. Yet again, Kingston. It's not too bad. Let's get on with it.
Not quite as severe as the first one he took. Nade. Aguiar will settle for a throw, which Robbie Nilsson will take. Hearts' longest serving player. Actually joined them from Rangers Boys Club. Mendes missed his kick. Nade. Bougera having to turn that away. It's Christian Nade. And Driver, it was bobbling horribly.
But for a player in form, this is a real chance. Nade, he thought he was going to get it, and he turns inside. At this point, I'm thinking Driver, if he can just get something on it, it's going to pose McGregor a lot of problems. He didn't.
He did have a streamer in his boots at the time, mind you. He might use that as an excuse.
It's never a good thing, that.
Ferguson. Aguiar. Kingston. The 3 goals came in the space of just over 6 minutes. Neither goal a classic.
No, and I think from a Hearts point of view, they'll be very disappointed. It was so cheap giving that goal away, especially after they looked like they were in a very comfortable position, playing well and creating 1 or 2 chances, putting Rangers under pressure.
Laszlo in conversation with his bench. They could have done with holding on to their 2-goal cushion for a little longer. They know that. They're up against the old firm. Kingston. Ferguson. Disappointing. Pensive Walter Smith. Celtic 4 points clear of Rangers. No room for any slip-ups, really. They can't afford to draw this game, let alone lose it. The Celtic home to Inverness later, which is probably a home banker, despite Cali Thistle's excellent away form. Sliced out by McGregor. Advantage played. Dougie Madon was about to blow it for a free kick. Aguiar. Screened by Bougera. Palazuelos charging in, offside against Christian Nade.
I'm not sure why the referee there thought that was advantage a few seconds ago, because he's just watched 3 goals come from dead ball situations. He could have given Hearts another one there, but decided to let play go on, even though the Rangers were pretty solid at the back, organised.
Mendes. Bougera. Ferguson. Bougera, wasting a possible opportunity for Rangers.
Well, that goal from Walter Smith's side was taking the wind out of Hearts a little bit, and he'll be pleased with that. I think he probably will be the more pleased of the 2 managers, even though they are down at the moment, in that Rangers haven't really got going, but they have managed to get that goal to get them back into it.
Free kick given against Nade. A foul on Lafferty. Barry Ferguson's got a bit to say to Nade there. Bougera takes it. Whittaker, Mendes. Weir. In towards Boyd. Darshville. Would it come down? No. Aguiar. I think the plan was to put Andrew Driver away on the left.
Yeah, it was the right idea. He just couldn't execute it. Rangers just struggling at the moment to get the ball into either Mendes or Ferguson. They are outnumbered in there, with Aguiar tucking back in, Karipidis and Palazuelos, so it's 3v2 in there.
Pedro Mendes lining one up, and he does like the odd goal from range.
And that has been the thing. Looks fully about 35 to 40 yards out there. He hasn't been able to get up and around the box, and neither has Ferguson. Having to sit quite deep and take the ball, if they get it at all.
Rangers throw. Whittaker will take it. Darcheville. Bugera. Weir. For Wayward. Wallace will settle for a throw off Lafferty.
Yeah, you can see that Hearts have had an influence from a wide area so far in this game through Driver and Kingston as well on the score sheet, but Rangers haven't really. They can't get Lafferty into it, or Adam. Both players like to come in a little bit more central, and that makes it difficult for Rangers to get any width in the match. Boyd on the wrong end of a free kick.
Jamie McDonald's kick, aimed towards Christian Nade. Bugera won it. Those two played against each other often in France. Wallace looking for an option. Shoved by Nade on Broadfoot.
Just going back to that width problem the Rangers have for a second. Very, very good to see Chris Burke back on the bench for Rangers. Might be a little bit early for him this, but certainly welcome to see such a player that can give a little bit of something different in that wide area. Much needed by Rangers. And yet again, Boyd. A little tussle there with Zaliukas. You can see his right arm up.
Gave it his best innocent look afterwards. Vera. Long way out from Christophe Vera, who has had a part in the goals for Hearts. Chris Burke back on the scene for Rangers. Hasn't played since the Scottish Cup semi-final last season. He damaged his ankle. Substitute today.
Well, it would be nice to see him at some point, wouldn't it?
Broadfoot in on that, and he's going to get a free kick. Rangers have got one back. Can they score again before half-time to complete the recovery process? Charlie Adams' free kick did not clear Bruno Aguiar. Christian Nade turning away from Adam. They've got a few over if Nade can pick someone out, but he's held up by Bugera. Kingston was racing through the middle, so too Aguiar. Mistake from Whittaker. Kingston. And now Aguiar. In for Kingston! And that's a good save from Alan McGregor. It could turn out to be a vital one. Here's Karipidis though. Nade. Another casual ball in. Wallace. Lafferty up to D'Archeville, but Berra in command. Lafferty. D'Archeville. The final 5 minutes of the first half now. Ferguson. Free kick for the Rangers skipper. Charlie Adam then with another free kick. Turned away by Wallace from Broadfoot. And high into the stand from Berra. In fact, I think it's almost gone over the stand. Lafferty. Mendes. Goal kick.
Oh, McGregor pulled off a great save here. It was lovely play between Aguiar and Kingston, but Kingston had to get this just lifted slightly, and he can't get up there. You can see that McGregor was halfway down, and Laszlo, well, he thought it was 3-1, but it wasn't. It was a good save in the end.
Could be a really telling save, that from McGregor. Another free kick for Rangers. Charlie Adam will trudge across again. Adam pings it in towards Bugera. Pedro Mendes. Ooh, right on the edge of the area, that. Wallace, the offender.
That's just clumsy. It's right on the edge of the box. Mendes cut inside. Another dangerous place to have a set piece. And again, it's Adam. In fact, no, he's been overruled. It looks like they're going to go for a right footer. Mendes swinging it in on top of McDonald.
Well, that was a call from the bench. Mendes takes over. And it's punched away by Jamie McDonald. Drivers first onto it. As Hearts look to surge forward. Charlie hadn't done enough to put Driver out of his stride. Going to be a yellow card here coming the way of Chris Boyd for a series of similar offences.
Well, I think that's fair enough. You can see exactly Boyd even there has a little look to see where Berra is. He just throws himself against the central defender. And it has been his third one. He just had to be strong there and hold the ball in.
Well, our English Premier League game this week is on Monday night. It's Liverpool against West Ham from 7 on Setanta Sports 1. Last minute of a reasonably eventful first half.
Yeah, it's been entertaining. Not exactly fluid, attractive football. The first half that's had its stamp put on by set pieces. And you do expect that from these sides, but certainly as far as delivery has been concerned, it's been good. And they've made the most of their chances. But looking forward to the second half.
Nade. Nielsen. Gifted it to Boyd, and now Darshville. He's got Lafferty to his right. And that was pretty poor from Carl Lafferty.
There was no way on earth Darshville was getting there. It's a poor ball.
60 seconds of stoppage time at the end of this first half.
Indicated 1 minute of additional time was a minimum of 1 minute to play.
Whittaker fending off Nade. He ran into Kingston though. Nielsen. And it's another free kick. There might be another card coming out, in fact. Stephen Whittaker is going to become the third Rangers player to be booked.
Well, it's clever play from an old head. Robbie Nielsen just gets that touch before Whittaker makes the challenge, and it gives him a last chance here, Hearts, to send one more dangerous ball in through Aguiar.
This will be the last action of the first half, and Rangers certainly can't afford to concede again. Aguiar's delivery not quite so good that time, and Darshville is racing away. Must be a matter of seconds left, so maybe Rangers will get the last chance of the half. Robbie Nielsen got back in time. It is half-time now. 3 goals in the space of just over 6 minutes. Zaliukas pouncing after a goalmouth scramble. Kingston pouncing after another similar scramble. And then an OG from Karipidis was much needed for Rangers. Bruno Aguiar's free kicks posing problems aplenty. Berra's header stopped by McGregor. There are a few waiting. Zaliukas got it. And it was a similar story here. Aguiar again, Berra again. This time, Kingston's goal. Hearts 2-0 up, but another free kick. Charlie Adam whipped it in. Chris Boyd has only ever scored once in this game. He might try and claim that, but it looks like it goes down as an OG from Karipidis.
Here at Tynecastle, Rangers are in serious title trouble. They trail 2-1 at the interval, and they can't afford to make any more slip-ups. Celtic at home to Inverness later on. Terry Butcher and John Hartson with me in the studio as we review the key moments of the first half. 3 goals in a 6-minute burst. The first 2 for Hearts, both Aguiar free kicks, and twice Berra got the better of Bugera.
Yeah, Bulgaria's had a poor start to the match. This ball's a great delivery from Aguiar. Berra wins ahead, a good save, and then there's Kingston following up, and then Zaliukas has a tap in there, really. But it's a great ball into the box. Rangers don't defend it very well. Bulgaria loses Berra, mighty scramble, and bang, it's in the back of the net. Poor start.
They are looking distinctly twitchy, Rangers, at every set piece. Here's another one 3 minutes later, and another goal for the Tynecastle team. One nagging thought here that Laryea Kingston might have been offside, but as we see, and we proved, John, Kyle Lafferty played him on.
Yeah, it's Lafferty that just plays him on, Rob, but it's another wonderful delivery from Aguiar. But, you know, twice for me, Berra has out-muscled Bulgaria. It's a centre-half against a centre-half. It's okay if it's a centre-forward against a centre-half. He gets done with great movement. But for me, twice, he's just been out-fought, out-muscled Bulgaria. We know Bulgaria has been excellent this season for Rangers, and I like him as a player. But twice today, from set pieces, he's cost them dearly, because you've got to stick with your man, you've got to stick tight. Berra's arguably their best head of the ball. Rangers have put their best head of the ball, Bulgaria, on Berra for that reason. But twice he's lost his man, and it's cost 2 goals twice.
The downside for Hearts is that they will feel they should be in a much stronger position at the interval than 2-1 ahead. Another free kick. Karipidis puts it in his own net.
I don't know what he does here. Karipidis gets the header, hits the crossbar. He should just wait then for it to come down and hook it away, but he just ends up, I don't know what that was, overhead kick or whatever, but he obviously confirms the fact that that's an own goal. Hearts have scored 3 goals this half and only lead 2-1. As the header doesn't clear his lines, and just wait a little minute, hang on, wait, he slips, does everything wrong and ends up carrying the ball in the back of the net.
5 minutes before half-time, it could have been 3-1 to the home team when Laryea Kingston had another chance. And had he got a little bit of air on this, John, it was probably in.
Yeah, it's a poor touch from Whittaker, and Kingston steals in there, and Agueda's brilliant to pick him out. He makes a great run, and if you're going to be critical, you're just wondering, can he lift it? But you know, he tries to slide it in, and McGregor comes out, spreads himself really well. In the end, it's a good save. But you just think, right on half-time, if this goes in, if Hearts go in front at half-time 3-1, then for me it's game over. While it's still 2-1, Rangers are very much still in this game.
Have Rangers been swamped in midfield, Terry?
They have. It's 3 against 2 in the middle of the park, and Rangers haven't got anything going. And Rangers didn't turn up for the first 26 minutes. Got a lifeline with that Karipidis goal, and you know, you sort of think, well, Boyd and Darshall have got to get in the game more. I think Zaliukas and Berra have handled Rangers front two very well. Whether Walter makes a change, it takes Lafferty off, bring Novo on, or bring Burke on the right-hand side, he's got to try and gamble here, because at this moment Hearts are very strong.
Cheers, Rob. Well, Rangers arrived here with the best defence in Scotland, but it was breached twice in just over 2.5 minutes. 2 free kicks from Aguiar, 2 headers from Berra, 2 goalmouth scrambles, and then a quick own goal gave Rangers an instant reply. Hearts are ready to start the second half, but there are 1 or 2 more streamers to be cleared first. And with Celtic home to Inverness later, Rangers really need to get their act together in this second half.
Yeah, there's a couple of questions to be asked in this second half. Can Hearts start the same way as they did in the first? And Walter Smith will have certainly been asking himself, how do I get my strikers into the game? He hasn't made any changes, but I would imagine things don't change quickly. He'll make sure that they do as far as personnel.
Palazuelos, here's Mendes. Boyd, Ferguson. It's cleared by Robbie Nilsson. More than cleared, actually. It found Nade. Aguiar trying to be precise in releasing Driver. David Weir. Bulgara. Karipidis now for Kingston. As well as being 2-1 down, Rangers have 3 players on the yellow card: Bulgara, Boyd and Whittaker. Mendes. Broadfoot. Bulgara. Easy for Christos Berra, although he's given Lafferty a chance. And Mendes, it's landed on the roof of the net. Mendes felt it took a nick.
Hey, Mendes thinks this catches Berra, I think. As he hits it there, maybe just comes off the top of Berra's head.
Christos Berra setting up both goals for Hearts, with a little help from Aguiar's fabulous free kicks. The value of set pieces certainly shown up today. All 3 goals coming from free kicks.
Yeah, it would be a big mistake from Hearts to allow Rangers in the second half to take the initiative and control things. We'll see if that happens.
Bulgara towards Lafferty. Mendes running onto it, but Christos Berra will secure a goal kick. Chaba Laszlo's team on a very decent run. It hasn't been particularly pretty, but it has been effective. They're looking for a 5th win in a row today. When they lost to Celtic here 4 weeks ago, they were 8th in the table. Now they're 3rd, and giving Walter Smith's Rangers plenty to think about.
Yeah, looking for the first SPL win against a team in the top half of the table. And there's a chance now with a lead to prove themselves.
Mendes pops that back. It's gathered by Jamie McDonald, caught upon for only his 2nd game for Hearts, both of them against Rangers. And that's because Janos Balog, the Hungarian, fell ill with a fever overnight on his 26th birthday as well.
What a test this is of Rangers' resolve. 2-1 down to Hearts at Tynecastle. Not a great position for Walter Smith's sides to be in. Still chasing Celtic, but it's getting results in games like these. It does give you titles, but you have to work very, very hard for it.
It's a poor kick from McGregor. Kingston's onto it. Snuffed out by Weir. Wallace. Palazuelos helps it on to Nielsen, who was put off by Darsheville.
Well, I'm surprised that Walter Smith hasn't changed too much about his side in the second half. He certainly has pushed Charlie Adam and Lafferty up a little bit higher, try and pin back Wallace and Nielsen. And whether that allows Rangers centrally to be able to dictate things a bit better, I'm not really sure, but it certainly will help them in wider areas.
Chris Boyd kept it in. Mendes got the last touch. Walter Smith and Ali McCoist and Kenny McDowell hoping that Rangers can score next in this game. Lafferty. Bagheera. I'm not sure what he was trying there, but it didn't come off. Driver. Snuffed out by Bagheera, who did recover, but it is a corner.
Well, what you don't do when you've just given away 2 goals in the first half, Bagheera is trying to be cute in the second half. And that's what he did.
Aguiar's free kicks set up the goals. Both were met by Berra. It's a corner this time. Berra was in the mix again, but shadowed that time. Karipidis down for Nielsen. Kingston. Charlie Adams going to have to dig this one out with a bit of help from McGregor. Mendes. Zaliukas stepping in front of Darsheville. The only Lithuanian getting a regular game at Hearts these days.
Yeah, but he's playing well there alongside Berra. He has been tried in a couple of positions, but certainly a far better centre-half than he is a midfield player, that's for sure.
Palazuelos. Rangers are going to bring on Chris Burke soon, who's been out since April. And if he can't give them some width...
Well, that's it, Ian, isn't it? He's the one player. When you look at the bench and you look at the way this game has taken shape, you can just see that Rangers are crying out for some width. It's maybe not quite yet ready to come on, but I'm sure that it won't be too long before we see him back in action for Rangers.
Kenny McDowell issuing instructions. Walter Smith has not waited long to make a change in this second half. Has played a couple of reserve games recently, Burke. Kingston. Aguiar. Driver. Up against Broadfoot. Goal kick.
Well, the only choice now is for Rangers, who does Chris Burke come on for? It's nothing to do with Charles Laszlo. He's quite happy the way that his side have come out in the second half again, but you'd imagine it would be Lafferty on the right. I should say the left-hand side for Rangers. No, it is the right, what am I saying? But the thing is, what this game for me has said is that Lafferty is not a wide midfield player. I've watched him now on a number of occasions, either left or right, and he hasn't been able to influence the match.
But you did well on your driving test.
Don't know my left from my right, do I?
Mendes. Aguiar. Broadfoot. Wallace. The Hearts fans encouraged. Driver. It's cut out by Ferguson. And now Bugera. Rangers had only conceded 5 goals away from home in 8 SPL games on their travels this season, but lost 2 quickly in the first half and are still trying to recover from that. Chris Burke still waiting in the wings. Bugera. It's won by Berra. Pedro Mendes. It's Broadfoot who is picked out. Ferguson loitering near post. Hearts not too troubled really though. Between them, Wallace and Driver conspire to clear. In despite Aguiar that time, but Hearts will forgive him that. Nowhere to go. Boyd flicked it on, just dropped the wrong side of D'Archeville. And Robbie Nilsson hoisting it high. Still no Chris Burke just yet. But his tracksuit top is off now. His arrival is imminent. Free kick's been given against Kyle Lafferty, who's had another miserable afternoon, and we're assuming it might be him who's coming off. We'll soon know, because Chris Burke is about to make his first appearance since April.
It looks like that Lafferty is going to go across the left-hand side. I'm getting this right this time. And Adams going off. Chris Burke eventually gets his chance to come on. Down the right.
So a reprieve for Lafferty. It could have been either one of them, I guess, and it's Charlie Adam who does make way for Burke.
Well, at least the one thing you do get from Charlie Adam is decent delivery into the box. There's not been too much in Lafferty's favour in this game. As Nadi lies on the ground after this challenge from Bugera. It's the right foot that catches him on the way down, I think. Not a sore one.
Old foes from their time playing against each other in France. Bugera and Nade. It's a painful one for Christian Nade. Shaba Laszlo needs to reinforce the striking department at Tynecastle during the transfer window. Just 1 goal this season for Nade, just 1 for Jamie Mole as well. The striker they brought in the summer, Mike Tolberg's been injured most of the time. They still have the lead here against Rangers. Whittaker trying to do something about that now. Away by Zaliukas. Palazuelos fending off Ferguson and finding Kingston. He's got Aguiar to his right. Nade bursting through the middle, and it took a little kick in front of McGregor, who had to turn it away.
Well, yeah, again, it's good play from Kingston. He just uses the fact that he has Aguiar to his right. Rangers think he's going to go that direction, but no. Tries to catch McGregor unawares, but doesn't. Decent strike though.
Bruno Aguiar certainly shown what Hearts have missed in the 18 months that he was out. Bearer, one of the targets again. Kyle Lafferty, first man. Andy Driver being watched by the England under-21 coach, Stuart Pearce, today. Nade still going. Kingston on his own in there. And plenty of white shirts around him. Bulgaria's clearance just skipped past Nade. Burke. D'Archeville. Mendes has made a great run, but Zaliukas will bring that assault to an abrupt end. D'Archeville has got a corner in front of the Rangers fans at Tynecastle, and they are gagging for a goal that would bring them level. This is Rangers' first corner, remarkably. Chris Burke floated in. David Weir. It hasn't gone out yet. Chris Boyd challenging.
Davy Weir doing well here, a looping cross. Thought this was going out, but managed to keep it in. And Boyd goes up with McDonald and rises higher than the goalkeeper, but just can't get it down on target.
Bulgaria. Driver. Palazuelos. Bulgaria goes out with Nade. Bulgaria for D'Archeville. And it's now Lafferty. Mendes found him. Kyle Lafferty picks out Burke. Oh, that's woeful.
Oh, it's not the cross that Burke wanted as his first, coming back from injury in the first team. It's pretty wayward. There's a good chance there for Rangers to have some decent delivery.
Rangers' only defeat this season coming at St Mirren, somewhat surprisingly. They've got half an hour to sort themselves out here at Tynecastle. Christian Nade's got a free kick off David Weir.
Nade again in the wars, but it's just that elbow there from David Weir. The referee spotted.
And they're level as far as fouls are concerned. Giving as good as they're getting. Aguiar then floats it in towards Bearer again, and it's goal kick this time. Bulgaria had a torrid time from Aguiar's free kicks in the first half, and Sharba Laszlo is going to make a change. Egert Jonsson is going to be on soon. Left on the bench today with Kingston coming back into the side, but he is going to see some action. Goal kick for Rangers. Could be promising, conceded by Zaliukas. Bulgaria and Weir will go in there.
It's that same area again.
Forward foot there too. Lost the obvious contenders. Mendes floated in there, but it's a decent take from Jamie McDonald. He's wasted it somewhat though by sending it straight to Alan McGregor.
I just wonder if Laryea Kingston is maybe feeling that thigh a little bit more again. Maybe that's why Jonsson's looking like he's coming on.
Kingston returning after 6 games out, and it is he who is going to be replaced by the young Icelander, Egert Jonsson, who started the season
Laryea Kingston,
playing a rather different role as a right back in Robbie Nilsson's absence. Kingston's game is up.
The Hearts will be hoping that he's not feeling that thigh too much. He certainly has an influence in this game. Maybe just a fitness factor. Maybe also helps as well the fact that Jonsson's a far more defensive midfield player than Kingston. Maybe just highlights exactly what Chavalazzo's thinking about, trying to keep things just that little bit tighter now.
Look at Jonsson's 50th appearance for Hearts. Stephen Whittaker winding up a long throw. Weir. Whittaker stretching for that. Jonsson's first involvement. Weir for Bugera. Burke. Broadfoot. Burke. Broadfoot. Pedro Mendes. Neither here nor there.
That wasn't the best of balls, but what is encouraging for Rangers is that Hearts now look to be sitting a little bit deeper, and that will enable Rangers to get more possession like this in those sorts of areas. It's a case of trying to take advantage of it now.
Broadfoot. If Rangers do lose here, Celtic could go 7 points clear this afternoon. They're home to Inverness Kelly Thistle, and that would be too big a gap for Watersmith's liking. There is an Old Firm game coming up just after Christmas, of course, at Ibrox. Season of goodwill. Wallace has given a free kick away. Ferguson. Rangers need to rally. Bugera. D'Archeville. Lafferty. And away by Berra. Turning into a top-class defender, Christos Berra. Whittaker got it all wrong. Got a little bump there, Jamie McDonald. Well, Barrow were winners last night. Can Blythe Spartans get the better of Bournemouth? That's from 5:05. Later today on Setanta Sports 1. Next from the SPL, we're back in Edinburgh next Sunday at 1 for Hibs against Celtic. Jonsson. And again. Nilsson. Wolford's got to be wary of Driver's presence, and he was. Driver took an awkward tumble then, but seems to be okay. Into the final quarter of this game at Tynecastle. The 3 goals came in a 6-minute spell, midway through the first half. They've not been added to. The Rangers need that scenario to change.
It's now time for Hearts to look for that out ball, because they are sitting a little bit deeper. They need to get the ball over the top and get Rangers back towards their own goal. Otherwise, the away side are going to start dictating this match.
Ferguson's throw. Burke and Mendes trying to make themselves available. Ferguson elects to go a little longer, but it's cleared by Karipidis, only to Mendes. Ferguson, Aguiar's onto that, now Nade. This could be ominous, although there's not much support for Nade. Karipidis. Aguiar for Jonsson. Whittaker makes the challenge. Burke. It's gone out. It's a Hart's throw. Nacho Novo is going to be on soon, I think, in Rangers' search for a goal. He'll get a nice welcome as usual, I dare say. Scored twice here last season in that 4-0 win. A far cry from the way it's gone today for Rangers.
Yeah, it's hardly been a sparkling performance from the Rangers front two, but a lot of that has been down to service as well, and of course the way that the Hearts' central defence have played.
Bugera, away by Palazuelos. Broadfoot. It's a free kick for Rangers. There's a yellow card coming out here. Chris Burke taken out, and I think it's Lee Wallace who has got the card.
Yeah, that's very late.
Tronova about to come on, but Rangers have a chance to level it now with Burke's free kick. Bugera went to the ground, had a little look at the referee, but it's just a corner. Chris Burke's corner, and Weir and Broadfoot both trying to get near it. Nacho Novo is going to... Oh dear. Oops. Nacho Novo is going to replace Jean-Claude Darcheville. Not just yet. But maybe now. Darcheville's game is up. He scored twice in that 4-0 win back in February here. And then went off injured, and Nacho Novo came on and did the same. In fact, Novo's record against Hearts is rather decent. 6 goals in 11 games against them. Rangers could do with another contribution from one of the fans' favourites.
Well, Darcheville wasn't able to find any space in that Hearts defence. Can Nacho Novo?
Bugera. Novo makes the run. Jostling with Berra. Rangers throw. Driver quickly in on Broadfoot. There's been a late challenge from Bugera, which will give Rangers a free kick. Although the ball pretty much fizzed in the box anyway, it's about to return there, you suspect. Chris Burke being ordered over a bit. Burke delivers. And there's been a shove. And it's all turning a little nasty. And David Weir to get himself out of there sharpish. And a few others.
And a little bit niggly in there.
The Hearts fans giving it plenty. They're enjoying this as much as the Celtic fans are. Lafferty. Lafferty in. Berra out. Bugera. Nacho Novo forcing Lee Wallace to pop it out for a throw.
That's the one thing about Nacho Novo, he will stretch that back four. He'll never stop running.
Crawford's throw, Boyd tumbled and stumbled. It's a Rangers throw, the Hearts fans over there raging with the assistant referee. George Drummond getting pelters. Bugera. Lafferty now, and the flag is up for offside.
It's not been his day, is it? He's developing into a real chance. You can see there, I think it's Boyd initially, and not Lafferty. He certainly hasn't been able to contribute though, the midfield man. And you've got to say that from a Hearts point of view, this has got to be one of the best chances in a long time for Hearts to beat Rangers. Rangers haven't got going. It's been the quietest game I think I've ever seen Barry Ferguson play. So from that point of view, it's a real chance for them to prove themselves.
Chris Burke racing away and taken out by Wallace, and it's going to be a second yellow and therefore a red card for Lee Wallace, and Hearts are going to have to see the last quarter of an hour out with 10 men.
Well, the first one was just stupid anyway to get a yellow card, and this one, he's nowhere near the ball. Buck's past him and he knows he's just been booked. All he's got to do is stay on his feet. Buck's still got a lot to do, but now he's given his side a lot to do.
Goal up, a man down, and facing Burke's free kick, Nade clears it. Pedro Mendes! It ends up in amongst the Rangers fans. Well, a setback for Shaba Laszlo and Hearts as they look to secure a fifth win on the spin. They're going to have to do it the hard way. The man down.
Oh, it's just 15 minutes now, isn't it, to shut up shop. See Laszlo looking at his bench and just going about things now to make sure that happens, but this is not going to be easy. The Rangers have got their backs up.
Looks like there will be changes. He was having a word with Abua then. Anyway, Whittaker floats it in. McDonald comes to claim it. He's due a result against Rangers. Jamie McDonald, having played in the Cup final for Queen of the South against them last season and at Ibrox earlier this season. Offside, Chris Boyd. Christoph Berra on the receiving end.
A good battle that between Berra and Boyd. Certainly been at it for the full match so far. Boyd catching Berra with that right arm. A little bit of that in this match, but it's not been too bad. Can play at high tempo, high spirits.
Broadfoot. Burke. Hearts may bring on Jason Thompson soon to try and shore things up with their 10 men. Rangers' need is urgent. Broadfoot. Andrew Driver is not giving Chris Burke any peace, and just getting a warning from Dougie McDonald, the referee. Broadfoot goes long anyway. Burke. Broadfoot. He's got away from Driver, and then he's taken out by Jonsson. Free kick for Rangers.
Good play again from Broadfoot, he worked that nicely. It is now time for Rangers, just about 80 minutes, to start asking much more serious questions of that Hearts defence. They haven't done that up till now. They've got 10 minutes to do so.
Potentially a massive moment this. Burke sent it back, Mendes! And it's diverted away for a corner.
Quick thinking by Burks. He saw Mendes on his own. Rangers looking for a handball, we're never going to get that there.
Mendes himself will take the corner. It's off Palazuelos, it'll be another corner. Hearts are going to make a change in a moment, but it's not Jason Thompson coming on, it's going to be Davidas Chesnauskas. Burke's corner is cleared by Zaliukas. It comes back in the direction of Burke. He's got to give it to Mendes, surely. Buguera. Skipping away from Aguiar. Into the last 10 minutes. The Hearts are going to make that change. Bruno Aguiar, who has made a fantastic contribution today with his 2 free kicks that led to the goals, is going to go off. Copying the definite at the moment, but now he walks. And he's going to be replaced by Davidas Chesnauskas, who himself is making a return from injury. His last game was against Celtic at the start of this month, when he hobbled off with a recurrence of a thigh problem.
Well, Aguiar's been real class again today. He must be like a new player for Laszlo, coming back into it after long-term injury. Chesnauskas comes on for the last 9-10 minutes.
It's going to be a tense finale at Tynecastle for sure. Rangers desperate for an equaliser, but that should be McDonald's ball. Straight towards him by Buguera. Walter Smith looking understandably edgy. Burke. Mendes. Whittaker's cross towards Lafferty, and Chris Boyd hooks it over.
Oh, that's good play. Nice ball then. Lafferty uses his height, and Boyd's in there. I think it's Zaliukas that tries to close him down and takes a sore one, but it wasn't a great chance for Boyd, but a half chance nonetheless.
He's only ever scored once on this ground, Chris Boyd. That was for Kilmarnock. Strange record really, when you consider how many goals he has scored in his career. Just the one in 12 visits to Tynecastle. Maybe 13 soon. Whittaker. Buguera. Broadfoot. Burke. Mendes. Burke. Boyd. And offside.
There's not as much change out of that defence today. Laryea, Zaliukas, star performers.
Hearts are going to bring on the Ugandan international, David Abua, in place of Christian Nade. Shaba Laszlo was Abua's coach with Uganda. And his coach now is Bobby Williamson.
Driver again for a good match. He worked very hard down the left-hand side. He just gives Hearts that out.
Hearts happy to get the corner. Nade might just hang around for this. Then again, maybe not. They are making the change. Christian Nade being replaced. In comes the Ugandan, David Abua.
Oh, he's worked hard. Has Nade. Again, no, doesn't really manage to create any chances, but it's not an easy role that up front on your own.
Abua, he's a big lad. Will try and make his presence felt here. Driver in, and Abua got there, and it drops wide. That would have been a startling introduction.
Yeah, and it would have been perfect for the manager as well, having just made sure he was on for that corner. Unusual that, normally managers wait until the corner's gone. The Hearts getting on with things again here.
Karipidis encouraging Tynecastle, and Whittaker stays calm. Abua, Nielsen. Novo pinches it off Palazuelos. Rangers running out of time. A game that they really needed to win, let alone draw, but they've settled for a draw right now.
Yeah, they have stuttered of late, dropping points. I think Walter Smith will be very disappointed, in particular the way that his team have passed the ball and not got to grips in midfield.
Ferguson's centre. Kirk Broadfoot then ready to launch this towards Bugera, away by Berra. Broadfoot returns it. Boyd and McDonald. Will kick them from Nacho Novo, and one or two Hearts players reacting, and Dougie McDonald moves swiftly to ensure that Novo leaves the scene of his crime.
Yeah, Boyd gets the touch. Novo gambles. It's always McDonald's ball, but you can see there it's a nasty little one though.
So McDonald being troubled more by streamers than Rangers at the moment.
I think it just goes to show that, you know, if you look at Mendes and Ferguson in that midfield area, two players absolutely top drawer, but if they don't get on the ball and don't make passes and are overrunning there, it's too much of a sacrifice for a team with the quality that Rangers has in it to win matches. And that's been an area for me today that's been absolute key for the home side. But 3 or 4 more minutes for Rangers to try and make it happen.
Yeah, we've hardly mentioned Barry Ferguson's name today, and that doesn't happen too often. One shot on target from Rangers in this game, and Hearts could seal it here, but Driver had Tynecastle through the middle, couldn't pick him out, not at all.
He had time to take a touch as well, just rushed it slightly.
Lafferty holds it up, and he's grappling with Berra. Just 2 minutes of normal time remaining, and defeat for Rangers here would be a perfect pick-me-up for Celtic after their European exit in midweek. They kick off at 3 against Inverness County Thistle, and they could, as it stands, go 7 points clear at the top of the SPL.
On the basis of the match, it has to be said, the home side, Hearts, have deserved to win this game.
Yes, Rangers below par, but could still salvage it. Bugera. Hearts on the verge of victory, and Walter Smith will be desolate if Rangers are beaten here. Weir launches it, on by Boyd, and Eggert Jonsson will clear it. Hearts' 8 previous wins this season in the SPL against teams in the bottom half at the moment. That might be about to change, but Rangers come again, and it's Karipidis who meets it this time. The 90 minutes almost up, we're waiting to see how much time will be added on. Andrew Driver unable to keep going. Burke. It's away by Zaliukas, and a foul. Mendes catching Abua, and well, Rangers need a good few minutes added on here. I don't think there's going to be that many, is there? Oh, there is. There's going to be 4, and you can see what Shabba Laszlo thinks of that.
Yeah, he's not happy, not at all. But there will be 4 extra minutes to play, and that spine that Hearts have had recently showed up again strong today, and they've got to keep that going again for the next 3.5.
Well, it's a free kick for Hearts, and that will take a few seconds away. 5 wins on the spin, beckoning for Shabba Laszlo's team.
Better way to take this one. What a match he's had. Absolutely awesome in central defence.
Bearer towards Chesnauskis. There's a little, I think it's offside actually given against Chesnauskis.
I think that is the difference with this Hearts side. Zaliukas, Bearer obviously creating a couple of goals as well, but just defensively so strong. It's a real unit now again for Hearts. In midfield they did dictate things for much of the game, and Rangers are now getting frustrated.
And Carl Lampard, to be honest, he's had a yellow card coming all afternoon. Bit of dissent earlier on in the game. He's finally been booked.
The disappointing thing for Rangers and Walter Smith is the fact that they've dropped points recently by creating chances and not just taking them. But in this game, they haven't been able to create anything really. There's an own goal. They put their strike on the board from Karipidis. That's got to be a worrying sign.
Hearts have coped with 10 men for the last quarter of an hour after Lee Wallace saw red. They are just a couple of minutes away now from claiming one of the major scalps in Scottish football. McGregor launches it, and Boyd felt he was manhandled, but Dougie McDonald didn't want to know. A nail-biting end to this contest. David Weir staying up there now. And it's booted away by Zaliukas. Barry Ferguson, last man. McGregor pummels it back. Lafferty rises. It's a foul by Abua on Weir. Another chance for Rangers to snatch an equaliser in injury time. Boy, do they need a goal here. It's Whittaker to float it in, and Kirk Broadfoot over and out, and surely now Rangers are staring defeat in the face, and Hearts are about to celebrate a memorable victory over the Old Firm.
Yes, all hands on deck now for Hearts. Broadfoot couldn't make the most of that one. Laslo looks like it's going to be victory for him against Rangers.
A winning streak that was built on the foundations of 3 successive 1-0 victories. Admittedly not pretty, but they beat Falkirk 2-1 last week, and it's the same scoreline here this week. And they've certainly been up for the challenge, although Rangers not quite at it today. A matter of seconds left for Shaba Laslo. I think he's going to go bonkers when that whistle goes, if not before. It's over. It is a magnificent victory for Shaba Laslo. 5 wins in a row now for Hearts. All the goals came in the spell of 6 devastating first half minutes. A couple of goal-mouth scrambles put Hearts 2 up. An own goal not long after got Rangers back into the game. Zaliukas pounced from close range, and so did Kingston. After Aguiar's free kicks were both met by Berra. Rangers reprieved with an own goal, but unable to score an equaliser. And this is a victory that means so much to Hearts and their fans. Kingston scoring on his return from injury. They had to see it out with 10 men after Lee Wallace was sent off, but they did see it out. And this is becoming quite a winning streak. Shaba Laslo is all smiles, and no wonder. What a difference from the last meeting between the teams here when Rangers romped to a 4-0 victory. What a difference to a month ago when Hearts never really turned up. When Celtic came to town, they turned up today all right, and they got what they deserved, a victory over Rangers. Hardly goal of the season contenders, but 2 great free kicks from Aguiar and 2 great headers from Berra. Zaliukas in the right place the first time, and Kingston sneaked in a second. A rather bizarre own goal from Karipidis got Rangers back into the game, but they toiled and toiled in their quest for an equal.
Bruno, a magnificent 2-1 victory for Hearts today. Sum up how the lads are feeling in the dressing room.
Oh, we are very happy. We win 5 games consecutive. And now I think we play fantastic football, and the team win, and we are very, very happy.
Is that the difference for Hearts at the moment, the confidence levels? Because just 4 weeks ago you were beaten at home by Celtic and put up a pretty poor performance by your standards, and now it looks like Hearts are a different team.
I said 2-3 weeks ago, sometimes it's not good play good football and don't win. Sometimes it's good win, and after you win the confidence, and you play better football, and the win's coming. And now, in the first half, I think you make a fantastic game. I think the team deserves this victory.
We're nearly at the halfway stage now through the season. Hearts are in 3rd place. Is that your target?
Always when I speak to the newspaper, they say the same. We must think game by game. Now we must enjoy 2-3 days this game, and after we'll have a Montreal. You cannot think about the future. No, you must think about game by game. This is good for the team.
Christoph, what was the approach for Hearts today?
Yeah, we set out to come out of traps quick. Against Celtic, they done it to us, and it caused us problems. And we started the game on the front foot, and the midfield got close to their midfield and didn't let their key players play. And I think that was a big key factor to the victory today.
And do you feel there's a better understanding amongst the players now? You know how you want to implement what the manager is asking you to do?
Yeah, I think since the manager's come in, every day we work on tactics, and hopefully that's it's coming through. But winning breeds confidence, and that's 5 wins in a row. And as Bruno said, we just take every day as it comes, and every game we're not looking forward, because we know there's going to be a lot of ups and downs throughout the season. But at the moment, we won today and we'll enjoy it tonight. And as I said, then we'll start preparing for Motherwell.
And you're turning Tynecastle into a fortress once again.
Yeah, I think the last couple of seasons we had a few disappointing results at Tynecastle, but I think we've only been beat once here, and that was off Celtic. So hopefully long may that continue. But as I said, we want to win home and away, and today was a great victory for us. I think we played quite well. We were out backs to the wall a wee bit at the end after they had Lee Wallace sent off, and we stuck at it, and we got the victory.
Well, unfortunately, Christoph, you're handing over the bubbly once again, despite playing a part in the 2 goals. Bruno Aguirre is the Clydesdale Bank man of the match. Can you do the honours for us?
Well done, Bruno, again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
I think Stuart may have been sampling it by the sounds of that. 5 straight wins for Hearts. Let's pay due credit to them. But it's a bad run of results for Rangers in their last 6 games. They've lost 1 and drawn 2 of them. And that's not championship winning form. They've dropped 10 points on the road already this season. Terry Butcher and John Hartson are here. With 22 games left, Terry, crazy to suggest that the title race is over. So is the title race over?
No, it's not over. I don't think Rangers will ever say that. Celtic certainly won't say that, but it's a perfect pick-me-up for Celtic today. They would have not so much had one eye on this, but they would have prepared for Inverness this afternoon, but they would have been told the result, and it would have lifted them, because if they win today against Inverness, which will be a tough match in its own right, they go 7 points clear, which is a massive lead at this stage of the season. You know, we're not even at Christmas, we're not even at the second Old Firm game, and yet Celtic, the champions, are 7 points clear, and Europe's gone. As far as they're concerned, and it's consigned to the rubbish bin, because now at the end of play today they could be 7 points clear. So it's a disaster for Rangers today when you think about it. Even when Hearts went down to 10 men, Rangers couldn't summon up a chance. It was just long balls into the box. It was scrappy. And the difference between Celtic and Rangers, if Celtic are behind, they've got players that can create chances. They've got players that can win games, whereas Rangers haven't. And it was the Achilles heel last year for Rangers. Their away form, they lost a lot of points away from home, and they've already done it this season.
Was it about quality today, John? Rangers didn't have enough?
Well, I just felt Hearts deserved it, and I just think that when Walter sets his team out and he picks the players that he plays, he obviously picks them with the right intentions. He sees them every day of the week, But I just think people like Lafferty, Adam, Darshville, I'm just not too sure whether you can put your shirt on these players every single week, because you just wonder what sort of performance they're going to come up with.
Would those guys get a game for Celtic?
I don't think so. None of them would get in Celtic's first team for me. Would Lafferty play instead of McGeady? No. Would you play Darshville instead of Samaras or McDonald? You certainly wouldn't. So, but it's, just for me today, Hearts, they set their stall out early on. They realised 4 or 5 weeks ago against Celtic here, we cannot start as poorly as that. We cannot give Rangers a lead. And then Hearts started really, really well. They go 2-0 up, and from there, Rangers just faced an uphill struggle. And they never quite had the quality which you wouldn't expect. You'd expect them to have plenty of players, plenty of different options. But when they went 2-0 down, you're looking at it, you're just thinking, you really didn't fancy them coming back in the end,
I would hazard a guess that Csaba Laszlo has plenty to say. Here he is.
Csaba, a great result for Hearts today and a perfect start. 2 goals up inside 25 minutes.
This was not an accident, these goals. We tried in the training always these shapes, and we know, and especially the Berra is the player which one in the front can decide the 1 against 1 in the air for his serves, and we tried in the training, and I was happy today we saw something, and especially I think in the first half we had also the chance in an attacking game maybe to score more. The Laryea Kingston, then the driver. We was to change a little bit the tactic. We played more counter-attack football in the past in Tynecastle, but now we changed to go out and to press more the opponent. And I think the key also was the discipline in the field, especially the tactical discipline. Maybe 1 or 2 times it doesn't work, but generally what we try in the training tactically, it was there, and in this moment I think the players from the Rangers, he was a little bit confused. He don't find, especially Mendes and Ferguson, the pass in the deep. It was not so many plays in the area and aerial, and he tried to shoot from the second line. But I think if we come back and I see the game from the Rangers, sometimes he make it also easy for us. He tried also only the long balls. He don't use the left and the right wings position. And okay, after the red card from Lee Wallace, I think, okay, you must change something. But if you go too back in the defense, maybe you give the chance. And for this, I put the Chesna in the right side. But the Chesna is a fast player, and he can make always a very good running in the right side. But definitely, I think this was a very good team spirit in the field, the discipline, and especially in this time, the Laryea Kingston was in the field. We used very good the left and right side wings in the short pass game. Okay, I think and if you win 2-1 against the Rangers, you must not explain nothing. You must not do nothing. You must enjoy this. We lose the last game 2-0 against Rangers, and only similar between the two games was the red card and 10 men. But now we was the better team. I think so. Okay, this is my opinion, and I hope the team can continue this work together and to improve every day a little bit. And then after, I think we can have a nice Christmas. But this is all. What can I tell at the moment? We can talk about football, about position game, and why we changed not. Christian Ademo earlier, but definitely is a teamwork today, which one he saved the 3 points.
Walter, do you feel Rangers did enough today to get something from the game?
Yes and no. I don't think it's quite as easy as saying something like that. Our first 20 minutes, the way we started the game, we didn't deserve a great deal, although there wasn't a great deal of creation from either side. But we gave away far too many free kicks in our own half, which eventually caused us to lose a couple of goals. We didn't handle the ball into the box, although Hearts have got a fair amount of height in their team, but we didn't handle that well. After that, we had a lot of territorial advantage, but we never really opened Hearts up in the manner that you would have thought, given the amount of possession of the ball that we had.
How frustrated were you that the team started slowly, as they did last September when you lost 4-2?
Well, I don't think it was a matter of starting slowly. It was a matter of not handling the situations or not showing a level of confidence to handle the situation there. There seemed to be a level of discomfort, which, as I say, caused us to give away far too many free kicks in dangerous positions. Hearts played the ball forward early, played from a very strong base, and we never handled that situation in the early part of the game. And after we got a goal back, for the last hour of the match, really, the game was played in Hearts' half, but. And saying that, Alan McGregor possibly had the best save, from Kingston there. So we didn't really create in the manner that we would have hoped, as I say, given the level of possession of the ball that we had.
And Rangers normally deal with defending set pieces very well, but not so much today.
No, not at all. Well, the early part of the game, especially there, we didn't look comfortable at all when the ball was played in. It's unlike us, we've been handling that situation well. But it's been a little bit like that over the season with our team. We've been defending very well, and then we played Dundee United at home and we gave away 2 really bad goals. We've been defending set plays well. We gave away 2 today. So we've been a little bit like that, where we've been showing little bits of inadequacy in terms of the consistency to handle game in, game out, different situations.
And you threw the kitchen sink at it in the second half. You brought Novo on, you put Lafferty up front, but still managed just 1 shot on target in the 90 minutes. Disappointed with that?
No, that's what I say. I mean, I think that's the biggest. You can say that territorially you have the majority of the match, and that way you would think that if we had that, we would have created far more opportunities. Credit to Hearts, they defended very well, but we made it easy for them. But in the sense that in the aerial aspect of it, they can handle that situation. We never really got the ball down enough and played enough to create openings, and that, especially in the second half of the game.
Rangers today very vulnerable at set pieces. 2 Aguiar free kicks in the first half and 2 goals for Hearts. The first one for Zaliukas after Berra got the better of Bugera.
Yeah, it was a good header by Christos Berra. I mean, there's 2 other Hearts players following up here. There's the ball at the far post. Good header, good save by Alan McGregor, but Hearts are first to the rebound. It's bread and butter defending from Bugera. Doesn't get anywhere near it. He's on the ground, and Zaliukas there has a tap in. And we looked at the way that Rangers lined up for their marking. Any ball that was played in goal side of that line of back four players spelt trouble, because Rangers didn't deal with it, and Berra in particular was immense, was very impressive. 2 good headers there, 2 goals.
Different angle on this free kick, but same outcome. A second goal for Hearts. Kingston this time, John.
Yeah, another dangerous area to put the ball in for Hearts. You know, Walter sort of giving free kicks away in good areas. Berra gets, bullies Bulgaria again. You can see here, just pulls off him. He gives him a slight push there. Just here, look, pushes him away there, which is clever. Reinsman, maybe you can argue, might have seen that. But still, Kingston's there unmarked. I think it's Adams come off the post, and he's got a simple header. But as Walter was saying there, they did give a lot of free kicks away, but both teams had them. I felt Rangers as well had good opportunity to put the ball in, especially in the second half, and the difference was Hearts had Aguirre, with real quality, and you got young Burke, who's been out for a while, taking free kicks for Rangers, and he just couldn't quite pick anybody out.
Charlie Adam, though, took this one, and you did wonder whether it was Rangers on the way back. Having gone 2 down, this gave them hope again.
Well, I mean, to get a goal back within 3 minutes was a huge boost for Rangers. But Karipidis had a bit of a nightmare here. As his header there comes off the bar, he slips and just takes everything in the back of the net. If he'd have been a little bit more patient and seen the ball come back at the crossbar, he may be able to have hooked it away. But I think he slips anyway and ends up carrying the ball in the back of the net. So Hart scored 3 goals today, but we're at that stage leading only 2.